Hey, welcome back to SNG News. And we've been away for a while, but it's been busy here. And Mary and I have had a lot of stuff to do. Some things I can talk about, some things I can't talk about. Sorry. But we've been, for one thing, look at this place. You know, it's, Carl Soto, my dear friend Carl Soto, built some shelves for us, much needed, so that we could get molds up off the floor and have, even the enterprise molds are out of the way. And we cleaned up, stacked. Yeah, this is back, so I can finally finish it and make a mold. I'm gonna make these out of silicone, which are gonna be really cool. I'm gonna make up a few of them, and some lucky people will get them. But basically, I want to make one out of silicone, then scan it and turn it into a wireframe but something is there. Which, by the way, we are now in the process of writing 5 more scripts for. We is me, and I'm writing. I'm up. I got 3. I got 3 so far. I got 2 more to go, and of course, then we're going to start a crowdfunding campaign, but not before I make a lot of appearances at MUFON and other venues and speak and show the pilot to the audience that cares about the subject matter the most, and that is the UFO community. And once that's been done, we're going to launch a campaign to raise the money we need to do 5 more episodes. We're going to do 1 episode at a time and work on with that. We also have another project in the works that we'll talk about later, which will be a feature film, and there's a lot of footwork to do on it before it ever gets to the point where we'll actually be doing it. So we got that going on, and that both these things kind of ate up 3 of these things, plus getting the shop organized, took up the last 2 weeks. So I am finally now getting back to the robot.
What about upstairs, Steve?
Which needs to be done. Well, let me talk about the robot a little bit. Because this is all going to be done, there's not going to be any editing on this. This is going to be the unedited mother version. So I'm starting back on the robot. George made me this piece here a while ago before I left. It's not finished, but it's a good start. And this is the piece that goes right here. And of course, I'm working on this piece using this bowl and some styrene. And I'm going to shape this part today, pretty much. I think I am. You'll be able to see how that's all being done. And of course, on our Patreon account, if you become a subscriber, our in-depth video will show the finishing of this robot, which I'm finally going to do. In addition to that, we're working on the laser blast gun. And next week, we'll be getting back to this. I'm going to be molding this next. And I'm going to be using this mold that we made of the barrel and the body to make a casting out of it, and then a casting out of this mold, and we're going to start putting a gun together slowly but surely, and that'll all start next week. Bear with us, it is a holiday week, and I'm being forced to take the 4th of July off. Personally, I'd rather work through it, but I will not be working on Wednesday, so there'll be, but the week after that, by golly, we're going to have straight through weeks, so we're going to work on all this stuff all the time. Before I go into what's going on in the edit bay, let's go upstairs because Mary wanted to show what we've done up there. So we finally finished the Seaview. That's going to get water tested on Monday and then sent to the client. It turned out very, very well. It's got everything in it right now, and it's all finished being painted, and it's a pretty ship, and it lights all up, and all the controls work, and all the fins move, and it's a wonderful thing. But yeah, look at the difference. This place was like a pigsty before, and we just needed to get it organized. And again, we got some shelves from Carl, so we're able to get all this stuff up and off the floor. And all my models, there's my Seaview down there, which I'm retrofitting slowly but surely, because it's been operating for 7-8 years. It sprung a leak the last time I ran it. Over here is the new glider that I think Steve Dix accused me of working my way towards a full-size glider, because you can see here my hand on the fuselage, it's quite big. It's a really cool kit. Over here I've got, remember the Reliant? You guys who've been around for a long time remember the Reliant. Well, it came back because the board went bad. Most of the lights worked, but the nav board went out. And so, very smartly, the model builder, I don't know who that was, I guess it was me, put the board down here. Yeah, and I have to credit Simon Merckx for that. He says, don't put it in the main body of the ship, especially this one. Put it down here. I did, and I'm glad I did, because now it's very easily changed out. We'll be changing it out for this, as I yell over Rosie, for this Tenna Controls board here, which is much smaller, and this will operate the nav lights, and that'll be fixed. So, and over here is Mary's wonderful setup for our podcast that we do called SNG Now, which you can find on iTunes and on Podbean. If you look up SNG Now, it'll take you right to the page. We've done 13 episodes so far, and we've had everybody from Darren Doctorman to Doug Drexler on the show, and we have a lot more guests planned, and it's great. We're having a lot of fun with it, and everyone else is enjoying it too, so be sure to check it out. So this place has really turned into a real workspace, and I can't wait to get up here, sneak up here sometimes and work on my personal projects, building big gliders and model airplanes. And Mary's got her own very own table where she can work on things now, besides her own podcast station too. So was there anything else you wanted me to tell them about, Mary?
Wire wrap.
The wire wrap, which I haven't seen yet. Oh, wow. So Mary's doing jewelry and wire wrapping again. And in fact, are you wearing the one today that I saw yesterday? Oh, wow. That looks like a fossil in there. Is that what that is? That's very, very cool. So we both have this oasis up here to sneak up into and work on our own personal projects now. And it's all clean and neat and organized with air conditioning. So we're very happy. And Rosie likes it too. But it took us a few days, didn't it, to get this place cleaned up to a point where we had workspace and could get all the models away and stuff. So we're gonna go back downstairs and we'll show you what's going on in the showroom, because there's a finished model down there I know you're gonna wanna see, and we have some new equipment. And so here we are in one of my favorite places in the building, and that's the display room, but it's also our edit bay, and where we do post-production visual effects. And we recently acquired a new workstation to do more lightwave at, and thank you, Dr. Landon, who helped us get this. As you can see, it's an Alienware. and that logo is basically, it's based on my artwork from the late 80s and early 90s. In fact, Alienware at one time actually wrote to me and suggested that maybe I shouldn't continue putting the art out. This was during the 90s because they held a copyright on it or something, but I kind of told them that, well, I've got drawings going back into the 80s and even 70s that show this image, and it was way before you. I never heard from them again, so that's good. But it's ironic, I got an Alienware, it's a great machine, and we have, of course, the brand new, and it's legal. It's not a crack. So it'll come up here in a minute. Brand new 2018 Lightwave, and we also have Octane to go with it, the rendering system that replaces theirs. And so we're able to do multiple shots at the same time now and render multiply as well. And over here, at the main workstation, you can see that I have been working on Star Trek Sirius when I can. This is a shot of the Enterprise going into warp. But done old school because I want these effects to be like the old show and not be completely modern. And you can see the ship swings in. It's kind of a neat shot. And a long shot too.
It's out of warp.
So I've been working steadily on that, trying to get a couple of 2-3 shots in every week, so eventually it's done. And I'm doing well because I've got a lot of them filled in now. What else? Oh yes, the Discovery. The Discovery is finally done, and I made a mount for it, and then found out I had it pointed the wrong way. So as you come in the studio, you really don't see it from the front, but Mary will come around so you can see it from the front. It's still really not finished because I need to get the pod in the right position. It dropped down again, the glue came loose, and it needs to be sitting up a bit higher so we can actually see the interior inside better. But you can see the other pod in there, and the entire interior is in there. Of course, you know that if you've watched the build videos. And I'm sorry I didn't have a last one. This is it. It's finished. So, and by the way, they have landed on the White House lawn. I saw that happen in the 50s. Anyway, so yeah, not much else has changed in here. We do finally have that done. I did finally finish that project. And that's pretty much it, isn't it, Mary? Mary's saying, yes, it is. So, as always, thanks for checking in on us. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for your support. We love you a whole bunch, and we will be back next week with more interesting things to show you. But this was kind of a little tour, which you haven't had in a while. So, hope you enjoyed it.